Hey there,
Hi.
my favorite moringa farmer.
Thank you. Thank you. My favorite mom. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for coming. I really appreciate
Good to
that.
be here.
Oh, it's beautiful, right?
Always. Yeah,
Yeah. Would you like to have some tea?
I would love some tea.
Moringa tea, fresh moringa tea.
Our favorite elixir.
Yes. And we're fancy.
We are fancy. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Mm. Ooh,
Nice. It's all right. She's excited about the
I
tea.
know.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Mm. Oh, yeah. That's Uncle Bob's mix.
Mm. I know.
So he'll French press this with moringa powder and yerba mate and honey. And that's how he makes this.
I know. That's why I come here, is just for this.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Um, so we're doing the Moringa Monday podcast. It's Moringa Monday. It is
Oh
Moringa
my
Monday.
gosh,
It's crazy. Time just flies.
it does.
And and we're doing this every Monday so that way we can get in the routine of having people come to the farm and also we can showcase them on our show.
Sure.
So thank you so
It's
much
a
for
great
joining
idea.
us.
You bet.
Thank you.
I love being here.
I love being around you. I love all the things that you're doing, social media. You have an amazing presence on Instagram and Facebook,
Oh, thank you.
and you're branding yourself and
Building
building, building a brand. You know,
17 years.
17 years. Wow. So I just wanted to start off by maybe saying and asking, and letting everybody know how we met. You
Okay.
know, I mean, I was at the farmers market at the Temple Terrace Farmers Market in 2016,
I know.
and I was just, I had a small booth there, and you came up. What was it like? What did you know about Moringa then?
I had only heard about moringa once from a friend of mine, and I didn't know enough about it to really look into it. And then when I saw you at this market, I was like, oh my gosh, someone told me about this, and you totally educated me about it. And I got really jazzed because for me, easier is better for my wellness,
Mm.
to keep it above the wellness line.
Mm-hmm.
And the less I have to do,
Yeah,
the better.
always.
And that's really what I've been cultivating over the past 17 years, is being just a mom and showing other moms and other families how to live well simply. It's too hard today. There's so many distractions, so much stress. Everybody's lists are full. They're too busy, and they're cutting out the things that they really need to keep in order to stay healthy. So
Yeah.
I just want to cut everybody's learning curve.
Well, that's why I'm doing what I do at the farmers market. My job isn't really selling. A lot of times it's educating.
Right.
And you said something important is that most people that are coming to the booth, they've heard about it somewhere. They're like, "Wait, I've heard of Moringa before." Maybe they've seen it at the stores, especially recently in the last couple years.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they may have seen it maybe just on a show or maybe from a friend and didn't really know what it was. Wait, I've heard about that tree, or oh, my neighbor has, I think, that tree.
Mhm.
They definitely recognize it once they see the seed pods, the drumsticks. So you came in, you didn't really know what it was,
No.
and then we spent like an hour, 2 hours that morning at the
Just
farmer's market
chatting.
just talking. You were excited about what I was doing,
Mhm.
seeing someone just talking about moringa,
Mhm.
and then from there, how has your relationship been with moringa since then? About 3, 4 years.
Well, I remember, since I use essential oils, you were telling me about moringa. I was telling you about oils. We shared oils. And before I answer your question, if it's okay, can we experience an oil here?
Oh, please, yeah. This is exactly what she did actually the
Yeah.
first time we met. So
First time we met, and his reaction, we're just going to put it in his hand.
yeah.
We're going to spin our hands around and just
Oh,
inhale
this
it.
is awesome. Yeah, that was.
This is it. This is how simple it is.
I can smell it already. Whoa.
This one's called Envision. And since we've been working together, I believe that the seed we planted all those years ago, we had a vision
Yeah.
for working together.
Yeah, and we've been doing many
Right.
different things. I
Yeah.
went to your house and you throw events seasonally.
Right.
The Peace Patio. I
Yes.
loved that. That was
Yeah.
awesome. You extended an invitation for me to set up a booth
Mhm.
table essentially in your living room as 100 people were there coming in and out enjoying meals and teas and powders from other vendors that you had there,
Right.
but also had a small little canna event, which was really
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, and it's really that event is designed to bring people together who want to band together in a wellness community, and we're all messengers. So we need to arm ourselves with good education, good product, and not to be product pushers, but to show people how simply it is using plant medicine
Mm,
and plant resources. And the more you use it, the less you need it, is what I like to say.
right, because we were just talking about, how much should a person take of moringa, and you were like, you know, once they're already in a more balanced state, they don't need to take as much moringa. And I was like, yeah, that's true, and you can start off in small amounts and work your way up like I have. I take more moringa today than ever before because I use it now. I supplement my other
Right,
meals now with just moringa. So,
right. So you're fortifying what you're already doing. So after we first experienced the oil, his reaction was the best reaction I've ever heard, where he said, "Am I supposed to be vibrating? Because I'm
mm,
vibrating right now."
yeah, I said that.
And
I'm still vibing.
the reason he was vibrating is because these are live volatile molecules that are alive because of the way that they're processed, keeping all their healing constituents intact.
Yeah, you really support this brand here,
Yeah,
this
I do.
company,
It's Young Living Essential
Young Living
Oils,
Essential
and
Oils.
there's many brands out there, and I've been a member for 17, 18 years
Wow.
and have really immersed myself in plant resources. It's not just essential oils,
Mm-mm.
it's the moringa, it's organic food, it's getting toxins out of our lifestyle, it's surrounding myself with better people, it's for doing everything in life that elevates our current situation.
Yeah. I believe so. I believe so. And that brings us into who you are, Maria, like who are you? Like you just blow me away. Everything that you've been doing.
I'm just a mom.
Just a mom.
Just a mom. More than just
More
a
than just a
mom.
mom. I think literally
But
you're saying that because like a mom is literally the pinnacle,
yeah.
but just a mom, it helps humble, yourself and also.
Well, not only that, people think in order to live these super duper well lives, you have to be a celebrity with a lot of money, or you have to be a doctor, or someone with all these letters after their name.
Hmm.
And I'm self taught. I've read everything I can get my hands on. I've attended conferences and masterminds and conventions and have really immersed myself so that I can cut people's learning curve. There's so many moms out there right now who they don't know where to begin. And that's where I like to step in and say, "Listen, I've done this, this and this. This doesn't work. This works." And then you make an informed decision. You know what works in the flow of your family life, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, what you want to cut out, what you want to add. And show you how to do it simply. I have 5 children,
You have 5 children.
5 experiments, I
Wow.
like to call them.
Hmm. Are they all grown?
The 16 to 25.
Wow.
And I learned a little bit more as each child was born. I'd learn something else and then I'd apply it and I'd learn something else. Now, the kids I already had, we tried new things with them. And now my children who went to college, they tried doing college and eating junk food and doing all these things opposed to what they were taught and got sick.
Oh my gosh.
And then immediately called me and said, "Okay, mom, what do I do?" So then I would send, so this is what happens. Then they get sick, and we have to do more work just to get them back being well. Well, I like my kids to be up here so that when they do abuse their body, they're still going to be
Bounce
fit,
back, yeah.
bounce back.
I literally feel like the reason why I am as healthy as I am now is because of my upbringing. I went wild and crazy in college. I ate crappy. I went
Right.
out drinking and smoking with my fraternity brothers. But after college, and even during the end of my college days, I realized, oh crap, real life is about to happen. I can't just play around anymore.
Yeah.
And so I fell back to how I was raised. Started eating dinners regularly at a good time, started managing my health better, just and
Getting
what you
back to
and
basics.
that's what you did. And
And that's what I did. And I knew I gave them a good foundation,
exactly.
and I knew they were going to stray. Of course, they're going to. It was kind of hard for them growing up being under such strict circumstances. And I want to demystify it for people so that they don't have to be so regimented with their kids and just have the information
Hmm.
to make the right decisions. And it's always up to you. A person doesn't wake up sick, a person doesn't wake up overweight. It happens over time. So if I could cut your learning curve to get healthier faster. And what happened was that my children had a positive influence on their roommates
Hmm.
in the dorm and in apartments.
Wow.
And my one son's married, and his wife now has adopted a healthy lifestyle. They only buy organic, and they do the same for their pets as well.
Wow.
And once you realize how easy it is and how to differentiate between the products out there and discern, uh, know certain key ingredients to look out for so you can avoid them,
Hmm.
there's so many choices out there now. It's hard not to find something healthy.
Wow. You look amazing, by the
Well,
way.
thank you.
I'm
I'm
just
80 years old. Can you believe that?
I wow.
I'm not.
It's so
But
beautiful. You're
thank
like
you.
glowing right now. Like it's just, I think because of where we are, what we're talking about, I can just see your aura and the oils
Oh,
just like
wow.
glowing off
That's
of you.
such a great compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought you were younger than you are. And that really wasn't my purpose, but it just shows you that eating well and living well and having a good mindset, you're going to glow.
I feel like I looked older when I was eating poorly and drinking and
Absolutely.
yeah.
What I teach people is if you put dead in your body,
Oh. Oh, you're going in right now.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. If you
you
put dead in your
you put
body.
dead in, what do you expect to get out? And I teach people about what toxins do to our cells. Yeah, we know they're bad for us, but most people don't know petrochemicals stay in our fat cells. And that's why many of us have a hard time losing weight because our body is trying to protect itself, its vital organs, from being consumed by these chemicals
Mm.
which are acidic to our environment,
Whoa.
our internal environment.
The fat is acting as an insulator and
Yeah.
protector. The
Yeah.
body builds up
Yeah.
the fat in the body because you're eating toxic chemicals.
Because we don't have a special outlet for chemicals. Our body doesn't even understand that information. Our body only understands plant resource.
I
The
literally like I don't even eat anything that I don't see, like on the label. Like if
right.
I look at every label and if
Me
I don't
too.
see something that I don't know as a chemical, I'm not eating it. Especially sugar as the number one. No, I don't.
Right. And all the artificial sweeteners, they're worse for our body because what they do is, let's say this is your cell, and then you put saran wrap, cellophane around it. Now you have your cells, they can't communicate.
Right.
So, moringa, essential oils, fresh fruits and vegetables cleanse our cells. So now the communication is restored.
Wow.
And it's that simple.
Well, does anybody do they have to change what they're doing right now to get better?
Well, what they need to change is removing the toxins little by little,
Okay.
one by one.
Right.
You don't quit smoking and go on a diet the same day.
Right.
You're going to fail.
Yeah.
On
Setting
both
yourself up.
you're setting yourself up. So I tell people the very first thing to do before they even change any of their habits or behavior is just be aware. Look around your house. Do you have candles and plug-ins? Do you use those fabric sprays,
Mm. What about the dryer sheets?
the dryer sheets,
Oh man,
the laundry detergent?
that too.
I've been making my own laundry
Same
detergent
here.
for 10 plus years.
Really?
I make a big container of it with a little scoop.
What do you use?
I use baking soda,
Yeah.
borax, and Castile soap.
And you just made a post the other day about the baking soda, the difference between
Yeah, there
the
is
chemical and the earth.
yeah, there is a difference and I don't recall what the difference is, but even our baking soda, there's
Yeah.
different qualities.
There's a company that we mostly know, all of us know the one company that we get our baking soda from. It's a chemical reaction that's creating the baking soda, and it's not a real
Right,
baking soda. Then there's other baking sodas that are literally mined from the earth. It's
right,
an actual natural occurring element, and so it's a rock and it's powdered, and that's the one that you were recommending in that post to make sure you're going and getting the
right.
real baking soda, because the other one, it may, because of the chemical reaction making it, have aluminum in it.
You're right. And I wasn't aware of that these past 10 years. And I also like to say to people, do the best that you can. If
Yeah,
you can only get that one kind, use it.
it's better
You
than.
do the best that you can
Yeah,
in the moment.
that's right.
If you're watching your diet and the quality of your food, but you're on an airplane and that's all you have, that's the best you have in that moment.
Yeah,
And you make the best choices.
that's it. Like we chose to get fancy and drink our tea out of
Yeah.
special cups.
Yeah. And I think that when you make something simple special, that it just enhances the benefit of it.
Yeah, and just treating little things like this as if it was, you know, a
Like a
connoisseur,
fine
a
wine.
fine wine. It really is. I mean, I'm definitely vibing off of it.
Here's the thing though, if you drink fine wine every day, it's no longer fine.
That's right.
And I drink it in different containers, different applications. I actually add essential oils like lemon,
Oh yeah.
lime, orange, tangerine, grapefruit to my moringa tea.
Different days of the week, maybe.
Different days, I'll put them all in together. Whatever the mood is,
Right.
really.
Whatever the moon cycle is, kind of go with that a little bit.
I really listen to my body and what it's telling me. And I don't always believe it when it says, oh, you want something sweet. No, it probably means my body needs nutrition.
A mineral.
Something.
There's a mineral associated with a craving, I think. I've heard that. Or if you're
Well,
craving like chocolate,
right.
that means you're missing iron.
Okay.
Something like that. And then there's other things too, like I think the craving of sugar comes from parasites.
Oh,
Excess
absolutely.
excess
Yeah.
amounts of
Poor gut
parasites.
health.
Poor gut health, always needing sugar, sugar, sugar. That's feeding the parasites in there.
Right.
And
But it could just mean you're hungry. It could just mean that you're dehydrated.
yes,
Uh, I like to question everything, whatever I'm feeling. Why am I feeling this way? Who did I just talk to? What did I just eat? What emotion did I just go through? Did I just get some bad news? Instead of getting the reaction of something negative and immediately going to take a pill or go do something to stop it, I listen to see, well, what do I need to tend to?
yeah.
And by doing that, I know one day I may want lemon. Maybe my body needs that.
Mm-hmm.
Another day I want grapefruit.
Right.
So I listen. I don't just go and randomly do the same thing every day.
I'd say the same thing when people say, how long do I have to take Moringa? Don't I have to take it every day in order to feel the benefits? I say, no, like, take it when you feel it. When you feel like you're missing something and you
Hmm.
feel like you could add something to help you make you feel better, that's when you take Moringa. It doesn't need to be a constant, like every single day, every single day. Oh, I forgot my Moringa. Oh, no.
Right, and
No,
then
it's fine.
freak out in another way, cause more stress, release of cortisol, and then you gotta, well, I gotta get rid of it. I don't like the way I feel. Well, figure out why you feel that way first before you turn it off. Our emotions are there for a reason, and they're signals. It's like driving a car without your signals. If you turned all your signals off because they were annoying, how would you alert other people to turn? Get rid of all your mirrors. All those things are designed to help us drive better and safely. So our emotions work the same way. And if you can't figure it out, well, then maybe you need to consult someone. But I can't tell you how many things that most people go to the doctor for when they're the ones experiencing it in their body.
Wow. I've heard this a lot, actually. We need to take responsibility for ourselves and be our own doctors in a sense. That's what you've been doing for 17 years.
Yeah, we have the ability to self heal, and we've given our power away to the doctor. And I believe we need doctors. I'm not saying that I'm never going to use a doctor because I've had broken bones and needed surgery. Um, I don't believe medication or pharmaceuticals should be used forever because, again, you're turning off your body's own natural mechanism to self heal. So it's through the cleaning of our receptor sites with all these beneficial plant resources that our receptor sites stay clear for open communication and our bodies can self regulate as they were created.
Wow.
Yeah, when you look at it that way, it's so logical. And we know the first step is always the hardest one. And I always tell people your desire to change needs to be greater than your desire to stay the same. So a lot of people need to hit rock bottom before they will make a change. They need a diagnosis before they say, whoa, my habits have not been serving me.
And then
And
at that point, they have to also know that there's a road ahead of them, that it's not going
yeah,
to happen tomorrow.
right. And some of the things that are prescribed for people to do is actually going to do more damage than if you just take a slower approach to your recovery. Like I said before, you didn't wake up sick.
Mm-mm.
It's usually been there for many, many years. And now that you get a diagnosis, this is where your body is like, hey, we need help. That's why you're in that extreme pain or being uncomfortable.
Did
Is
some,
because your body will literally die to keep you alive.
yes. Did something happen to you to make you go on this journey, the health journey?
You know what it was actually, and it's controversial, but I don't need to get into it. But a relative of mine became vaccine injured
Mm.
and pretty much disabled for the rest of his life. And I just thought, there's something weird about that. And I was having babies at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually pregnant 10 times
Wow.
and had 5 live births. So while I'm going through all of this for literally 7 years, I just read everything I could get my hands on. I tried every kind of diet, fad, cooking, raw, uh, 80% raw, 20% cooked. We tried vegan for maybe 2 weeks, um, vegetarian, keto, paleo, Mediterranean, anything that was out there, I tried. I made all my food from scratch. I juiced 50 pounds of carrots a week.
Wow.
My kids were turning orange.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the funny stories. Like, oh, your kids are orange. I'm like, oh, it's that Mediterranean skin. And I'm like, holy crap, my kids are orange. So I can tell you safely, don't do that.
Okay.
Um, I stopped. I'm an ex vaxxer because my first 3 children have vaccines. But then once I learned something, then I applied it. And I just kept building and building upon my knowledge base. And for me, it's secondhand. For other people, you know, trying to get them to put essential oils in their daily water is a challenge.
Right.
So I work with people to find their flow. What are you willing to do? What are you willing not to do? Let's start with the most critical thing first and then change things little by little.
And that's essentially why we're here today, because you're talking challenge, and you have developed a 7-day Moringa challenge.
I know. And that's how I knew that when we met 4 years ago, that was just a seed planted.
Yeah.
And then we just kept seeing each other here, there, markets, on social media. I kept watching your brand grow and all the things that you're doing on your farm and sharecropping. Is that what
Yeah,
you call
share
it?
company, starting a cooperative.
Yeah, and I love your spirit and I'm going to say innocence almost because you just have a pure spirit about how the body works in conjunction with nature.
Oh yeah.
And you live that way. And, I always feel super mellow around you.
Thanks.
I can always take a little coming down
I
because
do that.
I'm hyped up a
Well,
lot.
people come around me and they're so hyped, excited that I
Yeah,
have to take that lower
you do.
stance. Otherwise, I'm getting too thing. But I'm already an Aquarius and I'm already
Okay.
inside.
Uh huh.
I'm running. I'm running a million miles a minute. And so I have this outer cool, but I'm really just like going, going, going. I'm
Oh,
thinking,
yeah,
yeah.
I would never know it. And I love your artwork.
Thank you.
And so together we have come up with this Moringa challenge that is going to gently introduce moringa tea, your spice blend, and essential oil very simply 7 days.
And they don't really have to change too much
No,
of what they're already doing.
no. But we are going to add suggestions, insider insights, pro tips about moringa and how it can affect your body, how using oils and moringa together, because essential oils are carriers and they attach to the molecules of other plant resources
Mm,
and drive them deeper into the body and deeper into the cell.
wow.
They have all different kind of properties. There's so many plants out there.
So many.
And each one is the right key to a lock or a piece to the puzzle. So why not experience them all?
And also knowing that even the ones that are in your own backyard are
Right,
the most medicinal, the most powerful.
right.
And when I was going through my fast and I was in need of some extra nutrients, I would just go and chew the roots off of these so-called weeds that were in the backyard. And believe it or not, they're probably more nutritious by 100 times than
I
anything
bet.
you could get in the store.
I bet. Again, though, most people are not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're like, give me the easiest thing. Give me a shake. Give me a pill. I don't want any special tools. I don't want to have to go shop in a exotic market
Mm-hmm.
or pay these exorbitant prices. I have a family of seven. I
Wow.
had to do everything on a budget and make 1 pound of beef into a whole meal for seven people.
Wow.
And it was just trial and error over the years. We weren't always health conscious. It was that one turning point with a family member
Mm-hmm.
that really woke me up and said, whoa, what the heck is happening here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that I went down the rabbit hole
Wow.
and I haven't come out yet.
That's good. I went
Yeah,
in. I had to come out a little bit. I mean, I was way
yeah.
down in there, but I've come out, and now that I'm out and I'm sharing my lifestyle and where I've been, because everybody's been asking for the past 5 years, like, where's Kendrick? Especially like my friends from college or even
Mm-hmm.
from school, even friends from elementary, middle school when I lived in Baltimore, now are seeing like, holy crap, like Kendrick is on a journey, on a path of health and
Mm-hmm.
wellness, and I want to share other people's stories and paths as well. So I really appreciate you for just coming out and sharing this idea that you had of this 7-day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So what what do you get when someone comes and signs up for the challenge?
Okay. I love it because it incorporates your box, which was artfully crafted, mindfully crafted. I love it because it's a canvas for children
Mm-hmm.
or adults
Mm-hmm.
to color. It's
It's
reusable, it's super sturdy.
yeah,
I'm a big box keeper. I love fun looking
me too.
boxes.
I
And
mean,
who doesn't want that beautiful box, the
yeah,
whole thing?
it's beautiful.
So, what
Thank you.
you get,
Oh, dun
you,
dun 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 dun.
look
Wow.
how nice that is. I love that. Another way that you save paper is writing your whole story and education in the box.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Not only does it save money and paper, but it's just less things for you to keep track of.
Yeah.
Where's the information? Oh, it's on the box.
Book in a box.
So the 7 day challenge, what it includes are 7 tea bags. We have a sample of the moringa spice, which I use for everything.
Everything.
I love it. You get capsules enough for the 7 days, and then you get a bottle of lemon essential oil.
Wow.
And every day you'll get a tip on how to use it, the benefits, different ways to use it. One of the days I talk about putting the moringa tea, after you brew the moringa tea, is taking the moringa out of the reusable tea bag and then putting it in a smoothie or throwing it in a soup or putting it in your salad. So there's no waste.
Wow. And so with the 7 day Moringa challenge, they'll get the box with
Right?
the items inside, and we can leave this open so that way people
Sure.
can see it. Um, and on top of that, they're going to get an ebook that you put
Right.
together and wrote yourself,
Right.
and explain to them about that.
Well, the ebook is going to be your instructions, how you make the tea. There's going to be a little pre challenge reflection. There's some room in the book to do some journaling if you want. It's
Throughout the seven
through the
days,
7 days.
so they
Right.
can track what they're eating
Right.
and also their suggestions of what to consume
Right.
with the
And
moringa.
7 days is so doable.
Yeah.
If I say 20, oh, it's a 21 day, a
No, no,
30
no,
day, a
no.
90
I'm
day.
gonna fail.
Exactly. So 7 days is going to ignite your awareness of moringa, ignite your awareness of essential oils. The essential oils are not just for oral use. People can use them for emotional wellness, and I give a daily mindful practice, maybe a suggestion on how to get moving that day. It doesn't just have to be going to the gym. People think either you go to the gym or you don't.
Right.
Uh, Sweeping is functional fitness. You know,
That's just a mom hashtag just a mom advice. Just sweeping is working out.
it is. And for me, if I'm sweeping, I hold my abs in. You know, I'm not
And you're
just
consciously
mindless.
doing little
I am
things.
consciously doing it.
I love that.
It's a time for reflection, for meditation, even gardening.
Mm-hmm.
That's functional fitness. I teach people how to use a stability ball for a 20-minute workout.
Mm.
It doesn't, and that's the thing, it doesn't have to be difficult. I know a lot of people are like, well, I didn't do this today and I didn't do that and I didn't go to the gym. And now they're stressed at the thing that was supposed to relieve their stress
Right.
and putting it in your day. So 7 days is just enough taste to realize that you can turn your life around right away. If you have a chronic condition,
Mm-hmm.
well, of course, it's going to take a little more effort.
But they
And
can start with this 7 day challenge.
start with the 7 day. It may not be for them. They may not like the taste of the moringa, you know?
And there's other ways to take moringa
Right,
in this challenge than just the tea. So
right,
like say it's a really busy day and it's in the middle of your 7 day challenge and you're on your third day and you've done great so far, but now you don't have time to make the tea. There's capsules in there.
right,
So you can still get the capsules. That's why you're making it so easy for people during the 7 days to not
right,
have to change anything that they're doing
right,
just to incorporate moringa
right.
into their everyday diet.
If you bring water with you every day, I tell you about putting essential oil in your water. You put the oil next to your water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to remember it. Doesn't have to be refrigerated. you know.
Wonderful.
Um, Also, the moringa spice. I mean, I use it in everything.
So if I miss the tea, if I miss the capsules, I'm having dinner, I can go ahead and
Now it's
just
in your
sprinkle the
spice.
moringa spice on any meal, and you're
Exactly.
incorporating moringa into your diet.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be a lot. People think to get better, I got to do it all and I got to do a lot and it's got to be every day. And you're actually going to throw your body into crisis
Right.
because it can't handle all this goodness. And these things are super cleansing and detoxing that you don't want to throw yourself into a healing crisis
Right.
is what we call it.
Yeah.
Um, so doing it a little bit at a time because your body is going to say, oh, thank you for what you're doing. We're cleaning receptor sites. I like to compare our bodies to a fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
What you put in the fish tank over here is eventually going to get throughout the whole fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're putting in and on your body is eventually going to get to every cell and every organ of your body.
Wow.
So you might as well make it something that's going to build, nurture, and support and not take away from your level of wellness.
Wow. I had that separatism idea when I was younger too. Like, oh, I can eat this. It's not going to affect that. Or, oh, this is wrong with me. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's like people come into the booth all the time and they're saying that same exact thing. And I'm just asking maybe, well, what did you have to eat today?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, well, I just had something with maybe sugar in it. And I'm like, so you have a headache right now or something
Right.
like that. And they're like,
Or you're
yeah, I feel like Craig or
fatigued
fatigued.
or
And,
you're angry.
and, and I was like, well, it could have been your breakfast. And they're like, no, it wasn't that. I'm like, it has everything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. And people don't see that connection.
And it's the whole body approach. I don't even like to use the terms that people are diagnosed with because then that just pigeonholes. So if someone gets a diagnosis,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, and we can say a headache, I know, well, we need to treat your neurological system. We need to treat your brain, your nerves and all those kinds of things. So whatever the diagnosis is, let's look at to the system that needs building,
Mm.
not treating the symptom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what pharmaceuticals do. They
Right.
just treat the symptom,
Right.
yet affect the entire body.
Right. It's weird.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
There's no intelligence in it. And things of the earth have a divine intelligence.
Right. And it's like you think that you're taking an herb that's just for this one thing, but actually, because you're taking that herb and it is for that one thing, you're also getting the added benefits of what else it does in the body because it has minerals and
It
vitamins.
has probably 1,200, 2,000 healing constituents. Most things made in the lab are just taking one of
One.
those things
Right.
that you're finding whole, WHOLE, in nature.
Right.
And you can't improve upon the original design. You can't make something in a lab that was created in nature. You just can't. There's too many variables that each one needs each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our bodies are the building blocks of all those things.
Wow. Wow.
Easy, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I love that the challenge is very easy. It's easily readable. I loved going
Yeah.
through the ebook that you put together. And as an added bonus for, um, picking up, or what should we say, for not purchasing, but for,
Investing in
okay,
themselves
yeah.
for 7 days.
So, along with investing in the 7-day Moringa Challenge, you get the box with the products, the ebook, and also a coupon
Right.
to
For life
For life
that you can use.
to Numa Nursery. And so, after the 7-day challenge, and they finished their capsules and spice and tea, they can come over to Numa Nursery and they can get 25% off
For life.
for life on our Moringa products
Right.
just by picking up and
Right.
investing into the 7-day
Right.
challenge.
Just for 7 days. And here's what's probably going to happen someone's going to do the 7 days and not really sure what they're feeling.
Right.
And then after you stop using the moringa, you're going to feel it.
I get that all the time. Like I stopped using my Moringa and I felt like crap. And I'm like, well then what happened?
Okay.
I started using Moringa again and I felt
Right.
amazing. Well,
Right.
that's a correlation.
And wellness doesn't have to cost a lot. And for me, moringa has been the missing link along with the essential oils, but just the moringa alone, I have found that the people I'm working with are having so much benefit to begin with, and then we add all these other things in. Essential oils may not be your thing, but why not try it? Because it can't hurt
Mm-mm,
at all.
mm-mm.
No one's ever died from an essential oil.
The only thing that hurts is someone's mindset. Don't get in the way of yourself
Right.
when you need to heal. Like, don't let yourself get in the way. You're usually the only one that gets in the way of healing by maybe
Oh,
say
yeah.
knowing that you shouldn't have this candy bar or something and you eat it.
Or meddling friends and family, or
Mm.
someone who doesn't want you to get healthy.
Oh,
Think
that's a
about
big one.
that.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because misery loves company.
Right. So like in a relationship, someone's changing and they're doing better for themselves, but they have
Right.
this other person that they're
Right.
in a
Who they
relationship.
used to be partners with, and maybe they're complaining or their sickness. I remember my grandmother and her friends when they got together, they would all talk about their aches. Oh, yeah, you got that, but I got this. I was in the hospital longer. And, it was almost a comparison.
Mm. Wow. Getting the custom box with the products with
Right.
the 7-day challenge, and they also get their ebook, which you created, which is really beautiful. And then on top of that, for investing in the 7-day Moringa challenge,
Right.
they'll get a 25% off coupon code uh, available at newmanursery.com.
Right.
And what you were just getting into is that if they if something happens throughout the 7 days, or if they finish it, or what have you, they still have the opportunity to get moringa
Oh,
in the
yeah.
future.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, because I think they're going to want to, because they feel so good. And if you do nothing else and you add moringa into your diet, then things are going to start getting better with you. And then I know with me, when I start feeling good, it's like, what else can I do? I just feel so good. I want to
Yeah.
keep this up.
Yeah. Oh
And,
my gosh, I messed up the other day and I did something that I know was going to make me feel terrible, and it was something that I used to do in the past, and and I felt like crap the next day, and it just solidifies and reminds me that I'm on the path and my body is nowhere near as toxic as it once
me
was.
too.
And once you get further and further and further away from those chemicals and substances, you literally just
You repel
you
that. You
repel
don't
it.
even want
It's
it.
disgusting. It's
Yeah,
like, what was I thinking? How did I ever even do that for so
for
long?
so long.
And then you're like empowered by the fact that you know what was making you feel bad in the past,
Right.
and you also know what can help make you feel better in the future.
I tell people all the time, nothing tastes as good as healthy feels.
Wow.
I used to love donuts and treats and desserts, and now every now and then I'll eat them, but I just don't have the taste for it. And I had birthday cake recently, and it was just so sickly sweet, and I knew this was gonna make me sick. Um, and I just didn't feel so good afterwards.
Wow.
And there's so many other options, and that's the other thing in the Moringa Challenge. I'm not going to give you a diet,
No.
but I am going to give you daily recipes, or maybe a daily
Oh, good.
smoothie or something, just to get the ball
How they can
rolling.
use the powder,
How
or how
right.
they can use moringa in different ways. You have that
Yeah,
in there.
that's in the book.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a great
simple.
idea.
I love it because it just eases people into it. And who needs an extra thing added to their plate?
Right.
This is going to build, nurture, and support their lifestyle to wellness if they're not well. And if you're already well, who says you can't be a little more better?
Right.
Does that make
Always.
sense?
It does, because it's never ending. Like the
Never.
road to recovery or the road to health and wellness is constant. I just had someone text me today, a friend up north, and she said, "Hey Kendrick, I've been, using less dairy and I've shed a few pounds." She's also been cutting back a little bit on meat and the portions. I'm not saying take meat completely out of the diet. I'm saying that we have a construed idealism about the plate and what's on the plate.
Well, that's programming.
It's programming. It's that fake pyramid, that fake food
Mm-hmm.
pyramid that was provided. But it's like she's saying that for her family, she's cutting the proportions down smaller, but adding other things
Right.
that are whole and
And
valuable.
plentiful.
And she said it's only been a week, and the whole family is just like bouncing off the walls. Her kids and her husband is doing great, and yeah, their love life is better. It was one of the things that she
Oh,
said. Thank
yeah.
you. She was
Oh,
like, thank
wow.
you. Like, because I told her I was like, moringa's good for circulation. Because she was kind of saying, like, I don't know, maybe it's something with me, or I don't know, he's not
Right.
attracted to me. And I said, well, it's probably because of him actually, that he's probably not performing at his best. So why don't you just slip in a little bit of moringa? So I sent her some moringa, and so she's been putting it in his drinks, just
Oh,
like making him
wow.
drinks with
Mm-hmm.
moringa. Sure enough, a couple days later, he's been outperforming than he's ever in the past. And she's like, "Holy crap, moringa! Kendrick, send me more moringa." And I'm like, "Okay, I got you." And this is what
Yeah.
most people are saying, that moringa is helping with circulation. It's helping with headaches, as we mentioned before, like
Mm-hmm.
migraines. I have so many testimonials of people that have been
The
writing me
inflammatory
the
response.
anti-inflammatory
Right.
responses, the hair growth.
Oh, not.
I've had several people that have had hair loss,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been coming to me saying that they have new hair spots showing back
Oh,
up again where
wow.
they never had hair growing before, just by even using the oil, the moringa seed oil,
Mm-hmm.
topically on the skin, but also
Mm.
just ingesting moringa helps increase, because it has vitamins like vitamin
Mm-hmm.
E and vitamin A. It helps stimulate the follicles in the hair.
What's a whole food?
It's a whole food.
That we could actually survive on moringa, and it doesn't taste bad. Some green drinks and or capsules, you burp them up and it tastes nasty.
Yeah.
I don't get that with the moringa.
Well, that also changes with your level of toxicity, because the people that I've noticed that say moringa doesn't taste good,
Mm.
they are
They're
the
more they're
ones,
more acidic.
they're more acidic, they're more used to sugar, but everyone else that has already started their journey is saying, it's kind of bitter, but I can work with it, you know. Uh, because I always tell people, bitter the better. Bitter the
Oh
more
yeah, we
alkaline.
need we need bitter. And the thing today with the American diet is salty and sweet. We have about what 4 or 6 quadrants on our tongue for sweet, sour, savory, bitter.
Mhm.
I'm not sure exactly what they all are.
Yes.
So if you're only using the sweet and sugary or the sweet and salty,
Right.
then it's like muscles atrophying. So when you taste something that to you and I might not be bitter, it's going to be super bitter. It's like not exercising your muscles and
Oh,
over exercising your other senses
I get
on the
that.
tongue.
So as they are consuming more things with less sugar, they become more acclimated to it.
Yeah,
Like right now, like this is super sweet to me.
I think it is too.
Like this, Uncle Bob. Thank
But
you,
we
Uncle
love
Bob.
it
I love it.
just the same.
It's definitely like,
Well, it's honey, right?
it's a little bit of honey, but what he does is he'll take the honey and he'll mix it in with water and let that sit for a little while in the
Mm-hmm.
fridge, and then he'll French press the powder and the yerba mate and then mix that together.
Mm.
So it's just the way he's doing it, and
It's
the
just so
love.
clean. You increase your elimination, which you want to get everything out.
Yeah, getting more toxins out.
Yeah, and it's not explosive.
No, it's
You
continual.
you urinate more. I know some people have told me that they only have a bowel movement 1 day a week or a couple days
I
a
was
week.
like that.
And I said, a week?
Yes,
I said, you're supposed to be going every
every day,
meal.
every
Every
meal.
meal you're supposed to be
I
going.
experienced that. That's why I
Wow,
feel
that's
for
crazy.
people. It was
Ugh.
crazy for years.
And you get
It
distended
was
stomach,
hard. It
hard
was
and
hard. I
painful.
couldn't even move. I'm
Yeah.
talking from the time that I was 13 years old to 25.
Whoa.
It was a
And
serious, serious issue. I was on
that's
the
most our
verge,
kids today.
and I know, and I was on the verge of Crohn's disease. I was highly
Mm.
anemic. I was very weak. You could
Wow.
see it in my face and my bones. I was on edge, and I was just breaking out rashes and hives and just what's going on? I wasn't absorbing my nutrients.
So it's a gut issue
It
because
was.
anything that comes out on the skin is a gut issue,
Yes.
and not proper processing, elimination. And I just love it because you literally go about 3, 4 times a day.
Once you're using moringa,
Once you're using moringa, yeah,
healthy,
yeah,
every meal you
once,
feel like a
yeah,
little bit, and it's not like
right.
a massive elimination like you're saying. It's just
No,
little
no,
eliminations throughout
yeah.
the day, especially if you have lots of fiber in your diet. Moringa, that's what helps me with the tea, drinking the tea, because he puts the powder in the tea, and you can even see the powder in the
Mm-hmm.
tea. That's the fiber. That's
Right.
helping us go to the bathroom.
But it's not gritty,
No,
so
not
it's
chalky.
not, yeah.
No, it's great.
And that's the other thing. A lot of people don't want to try healthy protocols because of the flavor, the texture, the smell. The other thing that is really important for me in whole wellness living is to have incredible color around me.
I love that about you and your posts. You're colorful. The colors.
Color is a vitamin.
It is
It
color
is.
healing when you're.
Sound is a vitamin.
Yeah.
Um, music. So it's everything that you're putting within your environment that you can control because there's so much that we can't control. You don't know who touched the gasoline thing.
I've thought about that.
What do you call that
I
thing?
think about that all the time because I literally haven't been sick like with the flu in
Hmm.
7 years. I haven't had that usual like every season or every twice a year like everybody else is
Right,
saying
right.
like, oh, it's just everybody's got it. Like I haven't gotten it in 7 years.
Well, it's also the power of the spoken word. If you tell yourself, I get sick every August, you're going to
You're
get
gonna get
sick
it.
every
I tell
August.
myself all the time, I don't get sick.
I don't get sick.
Everyone around me will be sick. And I'll say, I don't get sick. Yeah, I'm careful not to drink after them. I'm careful not to
Sure.
maybe say give them a hug or a kiss or
Or
something.
the
But
handshake.
you were mentioning even just shaking of the gas pump. I
Right.
think about that,
Gas
but what
pump.
I do is I literally I put a film on my hand every time I reach for that gas pump, and I'm literally like zapping it with my superpowers that I'm the one that's sanitizing it.
Well, also, essential oils have antibacterial and antiviral properties.
Wow.
So they mimic that which is found in nature.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is there anything else that
Yeah.
you may want to talk about you or yourself or your next projects? Like where are you going from here?
Oh, and that's what's really exciting
Yeah,
is that I just became a co-host of a radio show
really.
called Wellness Pep Talks, Patient Education Panel Talks, where we bring people like me and people like you together on this talk show every Wednesday
Wow.
on WWPR 1490. That's Bradenton, Florida.
Wow.
And we've expanded our reach. We also have a huge veteran affiliate. The host of the radio show is a veteran and wellness advocate and wants to show people all the different options on how to stay well without medication.
Mm.
And he's got a great story about his own addiction and overcoming it, using cannabis and hemp along with moringa and essential oils and all
Hmm.
different kind of integrative modalities.
Wow.
Because I'm not really a fan of yoga, but I don't mind doing dynamic movement and different things like that. Not everyone is the meditation
Hmm.
kind of person. So we're bringing all different kind of modalities, nutrition response testing, and introducing different CBD products,
Wow.
and having doctors and lawmakers and different people on there to know that we are a resource.
You're an amazing resource. That's why everybody needs to get a hold of get a hold of you. You're not just in one thing.
No,
Maria is everything. You are just a mom that literally covers all the topics of
right.
health and wellness, uh, caring for your children
Yeah, just caring for yourself,
and
and
yourself.
you don't have to do it alone. We don't have to be the expert. And if I don't know someone off the top of my head, I will find someone to help your
That's what you're
particular
really good
need.
at too. You were literally like a hub and a center
Connecting.
and
Yeah.
connecting. You're networking and you're putting people in the right
Mm-hmm.
places, and that's what this is you're now giving access to Moringa to people that may have never even heard about it,
Yeah.
especially on your radio show. That's
Right.
really beautiful. I'm really glad that you're just getting yourself out there. I've seen your transition over the last couple years as well, getting coached on social media. I mean, it is a beast,
Ugh.
navigating
So
it,
time consuming.
time
Yeah.
consuming, and just also what do we share? What do we leave out? It's
Right.
like the social media thing is just really a baby right now.
Watching the trends, and I have a big veteran affiliation. Really want to help our veterans transition back into civilian lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with some people who are getting veteran transitions home up and running.
Wow.
I was just invited on Veterans for Cannabis, their board, and they wanted me to create a wellness curriculum that we can use in this various entities. I just authored a book
Wow.
called,
Congrats.
thank you, Dare to Declare and the Power of the Spoken Word,
I love that.
and how to use this book to bring your elevated situations down and to manage the different paths that we go through with a lot better ease.
Because of the anxiety that
Yeah,
that society is in right now.
so much
So
anxiety.
much.
And a lot of it is self-imposed,
It is.
more self-imposed than what might be happening out there.
Well, I love that you're using cannabis in conjunction with moringa. A question that I get asked a lot is, can I smoke moringa? And I'll tell them that that's actually how I helped myself get off of tobacco, was by rolling cannabis moringa joints.
Oh, wow.
And anytime I had a craving for tobacco, I would use the moringa and
Mm,
smoke it in a bowl just like I would with cannabis. And it has helped completely get off and have the cravings. It's taken a while, but
mm-hmm.
I believe that moringa in conjunction with cannabis can help with anxiety and help with cravings for other things and
Right.
other substances that they may be addicted to, like pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for just
Completely.
putting yourself out there and letting people know all the things that you're doing. Where can we find you? Where do we reach you?
The best place to find me is on social media at my name, Maria Malec, or Aroma-Living by Design. That page is more designed to give you the everyday basics of incorporating all these things into your life. One last thing that I wanted to mention is that very socially conscious, a huge advocate for stopping sex trafficking. There's things that I do to help support those efforts to rescue children,
Wow.
and also to offer people an option to have funded their healing journey. And I have a 501c called Free Fall International Foundation
That's
to
wonderful.
do just that. And we're really at our grassroots efforts, but I really want to be able to say, hey, let me supply your moringa if it's not within your budget. Or you want to go to Mexico and get a blood transfusion.
Hmm.
I want to help you do that.
Wow.
And it's giving people options and not saying this is the only way you can get better,
Right.
and just addressing the whole person.
Well, I'm very grateful for you being able to open people up to that, that it's not just one thing, but also just opening yourself up to receive the benefits. When you hear something, you may not know what it means right away. Like I always take hints from the universe.
Right.
For instance, my dad mentioned the other day, oh, I wouldn't go out there, and I said, well, I'm still gonna go out there. But then I woke up the next morning and my van wouldn't start, and I didn't say, oh man, it's because of this and this and that, and I didn't get mad. I was like, oh, it was because of maybe I wasn't supposed to go out there,
Right.
and so I took that as a hint.
Okay.
This is great. I love this tea.
Yeah.
Mm. You did a really great job in just putting together this challenge. I'm very grateful
Thank
for
you.
you just offering this. And also, I'm very happy to help and also partner with you in this project, in this challenge. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to put the ability to invest in this 7-day challenge at newmannursery.com. So
Wonderful.
anyone that's interested in picking up their 7-day challenge box with the ebook and also receiving their coupon, then they can come to newmannursery.com, and there's going to be a tab dedicated just to this challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and they can find more information about it
Right.
there. So
We also have a Facebook page called 7 Day Moringa Challenge, very simply.
it's a page, or is it an event?
It's an event page.
An event page.
Yes, and it'll be open forever, and we will communicate through that. People can ask questions. You and I are going to post some live videos
All the time.
to instruct them and
Recipes
recipes. Yeah, whatever it is.
to make
And
this 7 days easy, the
yeah,
easiest.
yeah. And then after the 7 days, you can continue. So we want people to get their kits ahead of time and be prepared. You can start any time, but we thought we'd start it as a group.
Okay, so we're offering the challenge at newmannursery.com.
Right.
It's now available, and then we're gonna start shipping and making sure that everyone has their challenge, so that way
Right.
we all can start together
Right.
on the 7-day challenge.
Right.
And then anytime if you fall off, you're not able to complete it, we'll have other dates that we'll have
Sure.
other groups of people starting it at that time. So that way you can jump in at any time.
At any time. Yeah. You could start your 7 days anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you,
Oh, I love
Kendrick.
you so much. It's been a
Same here.
pleasure. Yeah, we'll have you back on the show sometime.
Awesome. Yeah,
Uh,
and we'll talk about the challenge and see what kind of testimonies we get
yeah, that's why we want
and the
this,
feedback.
and we're excited about all the people telling us how Moringa has changed their lives. Come to my Facebook page, go to Maria's Facebook page, comment, let us know, and tell us your experiences with Moringa. I've been an advocate for Moringa now for over 7 years.
Wow.
I mean, every day it's changed my life dramatically. I feel great. I go to the bathroom regularly, but that's because I incorporate it. Oh, high five to that. Boom. Heck yeah. So, I mean, this wellness plan that you've been on 17 years now, it really shows
Yeah.
with your energy, the love that you have for people, and
Hmm.
everything that you're doing. So, thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you.
Hashtag just a mom,
That's right.
and that's
And you can
amazing.
still find me there too.
Hashtag just a mom.
Yep.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Much love.
This is great.
Peace.
Same here.
Thank you. Ciao.